a guy that America has been watching for a long time, and a guy that was committed to Southern California who decommitted. Domani Jackson looked like for a while he was all Alabama. Now that Lincoln Riley has taken that job with the Trojans, things seem a little bit different. Where does Domani Jackson stand right now? What are Alabama's chances with the number one recruit?
Yeah, and I'll go back to some of those other guys here in a second that also got visited by Alabama this week. But with Domani Jackson, this is a kind of a case of momentum's going to shift just about every single day with Domani. Decommitted from USC a couple of weeks ago, and all the momentum was on Alabama. I mean, it almost looked like a done deal. All the predictions were coming in for Alabama for Domani Jackson, and then bam, USC ends up hiring Lincoln Riley, known as an offensive coach, not necessarily a defensive coach, but obviously Domani being a local kid, a 5-star, certainly an important piece to USC's class. That was one of the first guys that they reached out to, and Domani ended up making a visit back over to USC this past weekend on Sunday night. A lot of momentum over there at USC right now, but Coach Saban having an in-home visit today. He wouldn't be flying out and having an in-home visit with Domani Jackson if he didn't think that Alabama had a chance to sign him next week. So I still think Alabama very much in the picture for him. It's going to be, an interesting battle all the way up until signing day. There's going to be a lot of different rumors floating around as to which way he's leaning, but it's really going to get down to the wire for him. But I think Alabama still has a great chance, and he's such a priority target for the Crimson Tide. But obviously, with USC, home state school, a lot of momentum there with Lincoln Riley and the new staff, and some of the local kids that have decommitted over the course of the last week from Oklahoma and flipped to USC. That might have some might mean something to them, may not, but we're just going to have to kind of see how it all plays out. But Alabama certainly still in it. I wouldn't give up on Alabama just yet. People always say, "Oh, this kid's going that way." Last year on this show, I remember everybody was so upset because JaQuincy McKinstry was going to, or I don't even know why I said JaQuincy. It's Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid was going to LSU, and then it was to Auburn, and it was just all these people just worrying. I said, just be patient when it gets down to that, final few days before his commitment. I still think Alabama's in it. We were talking about, this time last year, Terrion Arnold. It was all Georgia. That was where he was going to school. Even though we were like, hey, watch for Alabama, watch for Alabama. Everybody was just worried because they saw all these rumors. It was all Georgia. That was it. And then, bam, signing day, he announces for Alabama. So don't give up too easily on this Alabama coaching staff, especially Nick Saban, because I think some people gave up on him last week before that Georgia game, and they proved everybody wrong.